Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. Welcome to the Tisch WNET studio here in the heart of Lincoln Center. It is our honor and pleasure for the first time, won't be the last, to welcome Anthony Melchiorri, who is a creator and host of Hotel Impossible, Travel Channel when?
10 o'clock Monday nights.
How'd you get that gig?
Well, thanks for having me, first of all.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I was in the hotel business for 25 years. I helped manage the Plaza, turned around the Algonquin, ran the Lucerne Hotel right up here. It was my first general manager job on 79th in Amsterdam. And one day, I'm sitting in my basement with my wife, and I put my hands over my head, and she goes, "Oh, my God, now what?"
Why'd you say that, by the way? You're an idea guy?
I'm an idea guy.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Now what thing are we going to be doing?" And I take my hands away from my face, and I look at it, and I go, "I want to do a hotel show called Hotel Impossible, where I teach everyone in the world about hotels." And she said, "Only like a wife of over 20 years could say, who the hell wants to see you on television?"
She didn't
and I go,
say that.
"I don't know." Swear to God, she said that. I go, "I don't know. We're going to find out." So I created the show with friends of mine, Leo and Lynn Rossi, out in California. And we started pitching it around New York City. We were fortunate enough that 3 people wanted the show. We went to Atlas Media. Atlas Media picked it up. We sold the Travel Channel, and 8 seasons later and 3 television shows later, here I am.
How great is that?
It is, you know what it is? I have 3 daughters. I have teenage children. And the greatest thing that came from this show is that I'm able to say, I didn't know anyone on television. I had no idea anything about television. I didn't know about producers and cameramen and sound guys. I knew nothing about it. I didn't know about post. I didn't know about editing.
You knew business.
It's a whole different business, and it's the hardest thing I've ever done.
But you know business.
I know business.
And you know people.
Right. And there you go. And so I was able to survive it and to be able to show my children. One day I just woke up and I said, I've done a lot of things in my career, but this was something that was a little uncomfortable, and
What do
we
you mean
did
by that?
something. It was uncomfortable in the sense of, you know, when you walk into a room in a hotel, into a meeting room, and everybody looks at you, and you've been doing this 25 years, you know you're going to have the answer. And if you don't have the answer, you're going to pick up the phone and get the answer. When you're doing something like this, and you're traveling as much as I do, and you're going to people's homes, and they believe in you that you're going to turn around their hotel, and they've been crying about it, and they've been praying about it, and they've been telling their friends about it, and the hotel guy's coming, and all of a sudden you're in their living room or in their hotel room, and you're trying to save their financial life. It's hard, and it's really, really stressful.
And by the way, excuse me, I think that is the premise of the show.
100%.
The premise of the show is you go into, and we're about to see a clip from this. This is gutsy. You go into hotel situations that are potentially pretty dire and potentially help these folks turn it around and save.
Yeah, and we do it without a script. And I guess
Unscripted?
Unscripted.
Unlike a lot of reality shows?
Right. It's just like this conversation, right? I came in, I sat down, I shook your hand, and we started talking.
A guy from Brooklyn, a guy from North New Jersey.
Right.
2 Irish guys?
2 Irish guys.
Well, by the way, when I said where you from, you said where we from. Where do we mean?
Italy. Italy. Yeah, we're Italy.
And both of us knew right away.
Right.
That's where we meant.
So many people like saying they're like, well, I'm from Newark. No, I said, where you from?
And we both knew.
Right.
You're outside of Rome. My family's outside of Naples. And somehow we knew.
Because it doesn't start in America. It starts outside of America, and then we make a life here. And so I always try to bring that into my family. 2 o'clock every Sunday, you can guarantee I'm having macaroni with sauce.
Sauce or gravy?
With sauce.
Okay, just want to make sure. Listen, I'll get out of our little private dialogue here. Can we show a clip?
Sure, go ahead.
This is from Travel Channel's, actually Anthony's show on Travel Channel. Hotel Impossible, seen 10 p.m.
Monday night on Travel Channel.
Let's check it out. Hotel Impossible.
If I want to get out that door, right, and it's locked because a kid or somebody decides to lock it, this is my way out, right? Now, this is to the parking lot, right, which is kind of scary to have a door to the parking lot in a place I don't know. So I'm already looking at this frame, okay? This is not even a frame. This is sheetrock, okay? This does not look very safe. This door's locked, right? 3, 2, 1. Okay?
How'd you know that door was going to break down?
I didn't. And see how I took that piece of framing off the door? Never touched it before. No idea. It fell off of my hand. But I just knew by looking at the door, that's not a secure door, that's not a metal door, it's to the parking lot. There's not a double lock on it, there's not a deadbolt on it. I just knew if I kicked it right at the handle, it would open like that. In one take, in. And what was interesting, what you didn't see in that clip, and why I did that was because she said, when I was walking down the hallway, and did you ever see a lock on the outside of a hallway door of a hotel room? So you're walking down the hallway, and there's a lock that you can lock the person that's in the room. You can keep them in their room because there's a lock on the outside of the door. It's like, excuse me, how is there a lock on the outside door? She goes, well, in the winter, I don't want anybody using these rooms, so we just lock them. I said, but how about in the summer when these rooms are being used and a kid just locks somebody in the door? I said, well, there's a back door. I was like, well, how about if somebody like locks me in and then comes around and kicks in that door and does something to hurt me? He goes, well, you can't knock in the door. And you sort of can. And then, so the show is as you see it. 5 minutes after that, I'm in the parking lot, sitting down, scratching my head on gravel, literally in my suit going, what do I do? And she comes over, she sits next to me, the young lady.
Who is she,
and she
by
starts
the way?
crying. She's the owner of the hotel.
She owns it. Sorry for interrupting. She owns it. And she's looking for help to turn this around?
Yes.
How do they find you and the show?
Well, sometimes they find us, because they go to the Travel Channel, they find us on their website, and they ask us for help. Or sometimes my casting director, the location manager, they go out and put out a PR release and say, hey, Anthony's coming to town. Do you guys have a hotel that's in trouble? And then next thing I know, I'm on a plane, and I was just saying to somebody off camera, I'm at the airport, I don't even know where I'm going half the time.
I interrupted you. Go back. You're telling her, the old Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson scene in A Few Good Men, I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Did she handle it? Did she handle it?
She could not handle it. I'd like to say she could. That show's already aired, so you can see. She didn't think I liked her, and that's always.
She thought it was personal.
Yeah, that's always. You know that. Being in the business you're in, and and being a speaker, you're not there to be liked. You're there to do a job. I'm not going to disrespect anybody. I'm not going to be abusive, but I don't care if you like me. So she got caught up, you don't like me. It's like, I don't know you. How can I like you? I have 4 days to do the show. I'm not here to like you or dislike you. I'm here to save your business.
She got caught up. It's so interesting to me. I don't want to get into some philosophical discussion about this, but in my other life, I do a lot of leadership development and coaching, and I'll work with people and give them candid feedback about how they can improve their presentation skills, their leadership, and they'll get caught up very often in that you've hurt their feelings. And the question becomes, do you want to improve the situation or not? Did she want to improve her hotel or not? Or make sure you just, quote, liked her on a personal level? Which, it's nice, but how does that help her?
Right. And if you see if you ever see the show, you'll see that she couldn't get out of her own way. And that's the biggest problem. She was in a great location. She was right in the place you want to be if you're a fisherman. So she had a great location, but she was making excuses. And I just actually met a general manager who used to work for me, and I was in Sandusky, Ohio, and he runs one of the biggest water parks in the country. And there was a sign on his desk, and it said, no excuses. And I looked at him and go, where'd you get that? He goes, you gave it to me 15 years ago.
What?
Yeah, he goes, you gave me that sign 15 years ago when I worked for you and said no excuses. And he goes, I use it every single day. And that's the mantra on this show. It's like, no excuses, let's get it done. I'm not here to disrespect you, I'm here to help you. This is the analogy I use. You invite me to your home, okay? I can eat your food, I can sit on your couch, and if you put the TV on, I can watch TV. But I'm not allowed to open your medicine chest. I just don't open your medicine chest. So when I come into your hotel, I'm not here to open your medicine chest. Yeah. I'm here to do what you want me to do. I'm not here to hurt you or to make fun of you and open your medicine chest, see what kind of, what's in the medicine chest. I'm here to take what I see and to try to help you, because at the end of the day, most people have their 401ks, their college tuition, their mortgage. Everything is riding on, when I leave, I'm gone. I don't come back.
So here's my question. If I were to ask you 3 keys to successful hotel, I'm not going to say management, but what most people are looking for in a hotel. I know there's way more than that, and there's no detail too small, which is one of your themes. Everything matters. But 3 things that matter the most are?
I would say the first thing is understand that this is someone's home. So the first thing is it's their home. It's the only business in the world that you do everything you do in a hotel room, you do at home. whether it be shave, whether it be shower, whether it be have sex, whether it be eat, whether it be get a call from home saying somebody died, somebody's getting married, you're there for a funeral. So you're writing a book, you're writing a speech. Anything that you do at home, you do in the hotel room. So that's number one. Remember, it's someone's home. It's not their hotel room, it's their home. Number two, it's got to feel like it's the first time anyone's ever stayed in this room. So it's got to be spotlessly clean. And number three, it's got to be secure. It's got to be safe. That's why when you saw that clip, safety is a big issue. The first hotel job I ever had here in Times Square in New York City, a young lady who was 15 years old on 47th and Broadway went to the top of our roof, right above the Palace Theater, and jumped to her death. Okay? So to me, safety and security, making sure everything is locked and everything is secure, is paramount to what we do. So those are the three things. It's their home, it's got to be clean, it's got to be safe. If you do those three things right, Maslow hierarchy of needs in 1947, he decided
first key.
Right, safety and security. Right?
Well, we'll worry about self-actualization later.
Right.
Take care of my basic needs first.
You want self-actualization, 5-star hotel. That's what 5-star hotel is for. I talk about it in my speeches. I say, if you take Maslow's, and I do a chart.
Abraham Maslow.
If you take Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there's 7 needs. In 1947, he said every single person, whether you're rich or poor, have these needs. And the basic foundation of his chart is the hotel business.
It's food and shelter.
Food, shelter, safety, security.
Right.
And that's what you do, whether you're in a 1-star hotel or 5-star hotel.
Let me ask you, money, economics, price of a room, particularly here in New York City, how much does it matter? And from your way of looking at it, you're making a decision.
Well, there's from a business perspective, in New York,
consumer perspective, something's up, $500, got to be great.
Right.
You say?
No. If you're in New York City, there was a hotel I won't name, was rated the worst hotel in America 3 years in a row. It was getting $500 or $600 Christmas week. Christmas week is the busiest week, and Christmas week really is from the 7th to the 14th, what we call Christmas week, because everybody comes in the shop. They're getting $500, $600 a night. They're rated the worst hotel in America. January 2nd, you can get a 5-star hotel in New York City for $169. So it really is an educated consumer, you know that old saying. So in New York City specifically, now you go outside of New York City, outside of a location like LA or Nashville or New York City, and they still don't really price properly, and they don't price based on dynamic pricing. So pricing there is more what it used to be like. If a $69 room is usually a $69 room. A $300 room is a $300 room. In A markets, not so much.
Real quick, before I let you out of here, favorite place to stay when you're not working is?
Four Seasons Maui, one and only Cabo.
Oh, don't say that. One and only, my wife and, we just made plans.
To do the one and only?
The one and only, the other one that they had the hurricane and they're not ready to take us back yet. I shouldn't give up too much from me. We'll talk off here.
One and only Cabo, and then there, Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I'll talk to you offline.
Okay.
Real quick, before I let you go, number one leadership lesson, and I wrote a book on leadership. Number one book leadership lesson you learned in your life is?
No excuses.
That's it. I'm going to take that, remember it. Anthony Melchiorri is a creator and host of Hotel Impossible, seen on Travel Channel 10 p.m.
Monday nights.
You're good, man.
It was a pleasure. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Your family's done well outside of Rome. Come here. America's a great country, isn't it?
The best in the world.
We'll be right back right after this.
One on One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One on One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Summit Medical Group, St. Peter's University, Suez, MD Advantage Insurance Company of New Jersey, the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, and by the Give Something Back Foundation. Promotional support provided by NJ.com, Small News, Big News, True Jersey, and by the New Jersey Chamber of Commerce, the statewide voice of business in New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.